Greetings from Armenia and Artsakh. It's a great pleasure for me to share with you about the projects that Project AGAPE is implementing at the present. In 2018, Project AGAPE celebrated the 25th anniversary of its multitask activities in Armenia and Artsakh. And using the opportunity, it's very important to mention that the United Methodists of North Carolina are the only ones who have supported the completion of all those projects carried out by Project AGAPE in those 25 years. It will take days, if not a week, to talk about all the projects carried out in those years, but I will share about those that are life-saving for many families at the present. Project AGAPE continues to address the humanitarian needs of Kashatau region of Artsakh, Karabakh, and remains versatile so as to respond quickly to emergency needs, but also seeks funds to implement development projects, as it is the project desire that the people served through Project AGAPE may become independent and self-sustaining. The project focuses primarily on agriculture, as this region, which has a heavy concentration of refugees and displaced persons, provides opportunities for development of agricultural activities. There were projects carried out in the following areas, changing the lives of the people living in Kashatau region, once again giving them hope for the future and eventually confirming once again that they are not alone in the world. There are kind people in the face of the United Methodists of North Carolina, both conferences, who care about them and their children living in those awful conditions. One of those is Agricultural Development Project with 3 sub-projects: Cattle Project, Chicken Project, and Garden Project. The Cattle Project, based on established unique practice of Heifer Project International of passing on the gift, continues to contribute to the agricultural development of the region, essentially changing the lives of the families involved. Along with another agricultural development project, the Chicken Project, it helped over 276 families to become independent and self-sustainable. Many families who received a cow make dairy products for their families, and those who are more successful and have turned a cow into a farm of 6 to 30 cows sell their product or barter those for various first necessity food or other items for their families. And the same about the Chicken Project, which has a shorter history as it has started just 3 years ago, but the success stories have already been evolved as the beneficiary families have already benefited from this project for the products eggs, chicken meat produced by hens, and also for the organic fertilizer that the chickens produce moving around and fertilizing the soil adjacent to their houses. This helped some families to start gardening activities, but many of them complained about the need of the necessary tools to process the soil and the seeds that are not available in the area or are very expensive compared with other places due to the unique geopolitical location of the area where Project AGAPE serves. This prompted starting another agricultural project called Garden Project, providing 30 families with agricultural tools and seeds. By the end of the year, 30 more families will become beneficiaries of this project. The Garden Project is just what families in Berdzor needed, as the assessment showed that there were many families who wanted to start gardening, but the lack of tools and expensive seeds were an obstacle for them. A greenhouse will be built in the scope of the Garden Project to provide the families with seedlings. The children of Kashatau region got acquainted with Christmas shoeboxes only during the Christmas event in 2009, after the first 255 boxes arrived in the last shipment of 2008. This was the beginning of the most exciting and expected by the children of this region project of Christmas shoeboxes. Children always look forward to the next Christmas event to receive their only gift in that holy season. In 2015, for the first time, and then in the following years, all the children in Kashatau region received Christmas boxes. More than 5,000 children received over 8,000 Christmas shoeboxes in the first 3 months of 2019. This number includes the Christmas boxes delivered to the newborns, who usually receive 3 to 5 Christmas boxes, and the Christmas boxes of those children who, for some reason, missed getting those in the previous year or years. And the number of Christmas boxes sent by both conferences made it possible doing this. The Christian Education Center, or the CEC, which was one of the important projects of 1998, continues to actively function in Berdur. From 1998 up to now, the CEC has provided opportunities for enriching the religious, cultural, and educational life of the community, playing a huge role in its development, providing classrooms for Christian education and Bible teaching with accommodations for Sunday school, VBS, music, art, dancing, sport, computer, chess, and other after-school educational and vocational activities. For these 21 years, the CC proved to be the most efficient place for the children, teenagers, young adults, and even adults after-school provision, as many of them received sustainable knowledge and skills that help them to adapt to the constantly changing social economic factors faster and easier. Different kind of training, especially the computer and TEFL classes, help them to become more sociable, to find jobs based on skills and knowledge from the CEC. Most of the trainees were able to get jobs after those trainings, and most of the children of Berdur and even adults learned their first computer skills at the CEC. The classes continued until the cold weather forced to stop those till the next summer, but the installment of the new centralized heating system in spring of 2019 will make it possible to continue the classes in the cold weather as well. The AGAPE board has made a decision to operate the CEC all year round, starting from 2019, providing sufficient funds for that purpose. During those years, the two-story building hadn't had any capital renovation, so it took a long time to complete the renovation of the building, started at the end of 2017 by one of the building teams from Western North Carolina Conference. The renovation was completed by May of 2018, after the building also received a natural gas line and the centralized heating system was built to make it possible having classes during the cold season. This was an incentive for the board of directors of Project AGAPE to support the CEC with funding for having classes all year round instead of only 4 to 6 months in a year when the weather was warm. In 2008, AGAPE implemented the first successful attempt to renovate one of the bombed houses in the community where many families continue to live in awful conditions. A work team from Western North Carolina Conference did a great work reconstructing the house. Several more houses were renovated by the building teams from 2009 to 2018. The total number of the renovated houses in the community is 16 at the present. The project of house renovation continues. While working on the house renovation project, the teams carry out VBS classes, which the children attending the Christian Education Center love very much. Project AGAPE continues to support the children's home, launched by AGAPE in 1995 in cooperation with the administration of Kashata. Work teams from North Carolina provided construction assistance when the children's home was built. Funds for the heating, electrical, and water systems came from the United Methodist Church. Clothing and shoes, medical, educational, and hygiene supplies, along with other miscellaneous gifts, are provided regularly for the 20 children that reside in the home at the present. Christmas boxes and new shoes are not a surprise for children. AGAPE continues to support the internal repair efforts of the Children's Home Administration. In July of 2019, a building team from Western North Carolina Conference arrived to start the renovation of the Children's Home. All the windows and doors are changed. The floor is replaced by a new laminate flooring. The walls are painted in order to look clean, fresh, and nice. The two heaters that provided hot water for the bathrooms and heating for the children's home heating system were old and out of use. The team raised enough money to buy 2 new heater boilers and new mattresses for all the children's beds. The children at the children's home were excited to help the team members to accomplish their work. All the slides, swing sets were repainted at the playground. It was really a great celebration for the kids to have a completely renovated place to live, a place which they pleasantly call home now. I would like to use this wonderful opportunity to once again say thank you. Thank you for all you have done and continue to do for the people that Project AGAPE serves. And may God richly bless you all.